Welcome to Jailhouse Tours Christmas Advent Calendar, Day 8. So today we're at cell number 8, obviously. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We've been doing some fun so far, but here at Jailhouse Tours, we are the best prison tour in the country. Some even compare us to Alcatraz and say we're as good as Alcatraz. One of the things we do have in cell 8 is a cell made up exactly as it was when it was a working prison. So what we'd like to do today is just take you into the cell, I can show you around and let you have a quick look. So come on through. So first thing you're going to notice is my friend Paul here. We actually have Paul in here basically just to show people what it'd be like to have a fully grown man in here. Normally obviously there would be two, but he is dressed in half a normal prison attire and half in a historic prison attire for some of the events we do. But come on in. First thing you're going to see here is a nice Matasui TV. So not the big wide screens that you might hear about and see. This is the TV that prisoners would get, and there would be two prisoners in here, so they might end up having to argue a little bit about what they watch. You've also got a kettle, again, quite a small kettle, so you're not going to be making huge amounts of tea or coffee in one go. Come on through. Let you see the beds first. So, beds, these beds are actually wooden bunk beds. We have a mix at Shrewsbury of wooden and metal bunk beds. Just happens by chance that this is one with wood. So, two mattresses, obviously, one for each bed. Mattresses are not particularly nice mattresses, pretty cushiony, not fantastic. Blanket obviously on top, blanket to go underneath. Pillows. And what you'll notice with the pillows is they are thick, heavy pillows. They're not the sort of soft type of pillows that you and I might be used to. Just got the sheet off here. Not the most comfortable thing to put your head on. Okay, so that's our pillows. Obviously not the most comfortable pillows in the world, but hey, can't really choose that. The other things every prisoner would have, there would have been two desks in here, or two small little tables and two chairs. We've actually only got one in here, but hopefully it starts to give you a concept of how kind of tight and compact this space actually gets, but one for each prisoner. Prisoners also have a lockable container. This one's actually missing its door. Unfortunately, I do have a tendency to rip them off sometimes. But this one as is. So what you'd have had is every prisoner would have had a plastic plate, and a plastic bowl and some plastic cutlery. They would have kept them in here. They'd have gone to get their food from the server, and then when they were finished, they'd have washed them up in their own sink, and they'd held onto it here, rather than obviously having to go back and get it from the server each time. Inside our cupboard, you'd have the standard sort of things you might expect. So you'd have a towel that would be given to you when you came in. You'd also have your prison clothes. So we've got here a pair of fashionable tracksuit trousers. And we've also got ourselves a matching and very fashionable jumper. Don't think it will fit me, thankfully. So that's your prison clothes, and on top of that, you'd have yourself a nice stylish pair of prison trainers. Not quite the Nikes that you might like, but prison trainers nonetheless. So at least to be clothed and shoed. Some of the other things you might notice is there's a toilet here. Not particularly private. There would be a curtain that comes across up here, which has now been taken down. But if you can imagine, you might be sat on your toilet, your cellmate might be sat there doing some work or reading, you might be sat in his bed watching TV, you could even be sat down eating. So again, not the most private and not the most pretty confined sort of spaces really for that. Every prison cell's got a sink. So again, you'd have a sink. This one's pretty mean. This one actually has been closed for 2.5 years, this prison, so it's a little bit derelict. Some of the other things they've had a prison mirror each for things like shaving and stuff. It's plastic, non-shatterproof, so again, relatively safe. One of the things we get asked a huge amount in our tours is about windows, funny enough. People always want to know whether they can open windows or not. The answer is yes. They can open their windows. And through their windows you've got a set of initial bars, and you've got a second set of security prison bars. Beyond that you've got a 45-foot high wall, and you just about see the sky. So yes, you can open the windows, but there's not really much of a view. Okay, final thing then, if you come this way. So if you turn out this way. Now prisoners are pretty inventive. They've got a lot of time obviously on their hands. They do think of things, they come up with different things that they can help make their lives easier. So this is one of those good examples. This is a Holland & Barrett magazine that's been stuck to the side of the door with toothpaste. Now why, you might ask? Pretty simple, stop the drafts. Prisons are pretty cold, especially Victorian prisons in the winter. They get really chilly. So you put these up, just stops the draft coming through. So like I say, prisons can be quite inventive, sticking a magazine to a door with toothpaste. Bearing in mind this hasn't been lived in since 2013, beginning of 2013. So therefore that really has stood the test of time. Good DIY tip. Toothpaste instead of glue. So what we'd like to do is give you a real experience of what it's like to be in a prison cell. So we thought what we'd do is let you stay in here overnight. So we're going to come back, see you tomorrow on the 9th.